Hello, everybody. Today we are going to talk about the expansion mandate. And you need to hear this. Your friends need to hear this. Your family members need to hear this. And everybody that's ready for their next level, you've been feeling it in the atmosphere. You've been feeling something shifting on the inside of you. This is the mandate expansion. This is the time. So let's get into it. I'm going to share with you 4 things that need to happen right now for the expansion that you've probably been asking for, thinking about, and praying for to happen even faster. So the very first thing that I want you to know today with the expansion mandate, everything falls under this category, and that category is make room. Thank y'all for joining. Can somebody say make room in the chat? You have to make room. There's 4 areas that you have to make room in. The very first area that you have to make room in for this expansion mandate is in your thought life. We have to make room for expansion in our thought life. When you make room, that means there are certain things that have to go. So certain things can come in and certain things get to stay. What are the things that have to go? We want to let go of negative thinking. If you're thinking a thought and that thought is not what you truly want to see come to fruition in your life, you need to move that thought on out the way. You need to take that thing captive and move it out of the way. What else do we need to do? There are thoughts that we no longer need to think, that we need to move out of the way. And then there's new thoughts that we do need to think. What are the thoughts that we need to think so we can make room for the expansion mandate? The thoughts we need to think is the way that we would love our life to be. The thoughts that we need to be thinking about are things that are pure, things that are lovely, things that are just, things that are honorable, things that make you excited, things that are worthy of celebrating. You need to be thinking about what your life looks like when it all works out, because it will all be working out. That's what you want to be thinking on. You want to make room for those thoughts. And if you're constantly ruminating on what's wrong and who did what and what didn't go right, we don't leave room for that space. Okay, so in your thought life, you got to make room in your thought life, because your thoughts are shaping your reality right now. If you're wondering why your life is the way it is or why it isn't a certain way, it all comes down to your thoughts. Number 2, your heart. For this expansion mandate, for you to make room, another area that you want to make room in is in your heart. What does that look like? To make room in your heart, again, some things have to move out and some things are going to move in and some things are going to stay the same. So something that needs to move out is unforgiveness. Unforgiveness is like a poisonous snake biting you, and instead of going to get help from the hospital, you go chase the snake. You got to make room in your heart. Bitterness and disdain. When we feel like other people have done something to us and that's why we are where we are right now, and we literally give those people our power. So to take back that power, we have to forgive and release those people, wish them well, and move on. Of course, forgiveness does not mean that we're saying that what happened was okay or that what they did was okay, but we are no longer going to hold in our heart those rocks and that heaviness. It puts stones on our hearts. So forgiveness and letting go of bitterness is very, very, very important. And what do we want to keep more of? Love. Love for your neighbor, love for each person, love for the people that you encounter. We want to be people of increase that pour love on people, and with our words, with our hearts, with our money, with our resources. We want to pour love on others. That is something that we want to make room for in our heart. We want to make room for more love, for more goodness, for more positive relationships. What else? The third thing is your physical atmosphere. And your physical atmosphere, for this expansion mandate, you got to make room in your physical atmosphere. What does that look like? Well, what are you making room for? Is your next level requiring new things in your physical atmosphere? Is it requiring, let's be simple. It can require new outfits. It can require new clothing. It can require a new scenery. I'm so excited about some of my new scenery that y'all are seeing here. This is my office. This is my womanly womanly, amazing, bossed up office that Travis did for me. Travis of 1222 Designs did this office for me, and it's amazing. So to make room, the first thing that we need to shift is our thought life, because we need to make room for this expansion. The second thing that we need to shift is our heart, because we want to make space for this expansion and make sure that negative things, hurtful things aren't taking up space in our hearts, so that we don't even have capacity for beautiful things, for loving things, and all the wonderful things that are ready for us at this level of expansion. The third thing is your physical atmosphere. That is your home. That's your closet. That may be requiring you to declutter, to move stuff out so other stuff can come in. If it's full of stuff that you don't really love, there's no room for the things that you would love. So we have to move those things out, so we can allow room for the most amazing things to come in that are part of your expansion, whatever that looks like for you. But there's a physical space that also is connected to that expansion. Who's in your physical space? Let's talk about that. Are there people in your physical space that are blocking your expansion? Because sometimes those people that are gossiping, backbiting, that they're in your space, and you know that they don't bring the best spirit, the best energy, that they're in your space, but they're literally pushing other things away, because the people that are called to the level you're at, they don't want to be around that. And so to make room for this level of expansion, we have to have the courage to change some things. We have to have the courage to set some boundaries. Hi, Kim. Hi, Purely Nourishing Doula. We have to have the courage to shift some things, to change some things, to set boundaries and be okay with that. Because your next level of expansion is going to require that. The very last thing is you need to expand your capacity spiritually for this next level of expansion. For this next level of expansion, you have to make room for abundance. And to make room for the next level of abundance, you have to get closer to the very source of abundance, and that is God. So what does that look like? That looks like reading your word more. That looks like spending more time with God. That looks like prayer. That looks like worship. That looks like being connected to a body of believers, because he is the absolute source of all provision, of all abundance. So if you want more abundance, the best place to be is tap in to the person who owns everything, to tap into the absolute source. So in order to make room for your expansion, there are things that need to move out, and there are things that we want to make room to come in. So we talked about our thought life, negative thoughts. If whatever you think that this thought can become a thing. When I want this thought to magnify in my life and become bigger, if you don't want that thought to magnify in your life and become bigger, stop thinking about it. Thoughts make people sick. Our thoughts impact our life. Our thoughts impact our relationship. Our thoughts impact our money. Your thoughts impact every area of your life. Your world is shaped by your thoughts. Okay, so there's certain thoughts we want to move out, and then we want to be intentional about what we are thinking. Are you making sure you're thinking positive thoughts, wonderful thoughts that put good feelings in your body every day? You know, I became more radical about my thought life more recently, to the point where I even set alarms in my phone that say, hey, what are you thinking? Think intentional positive thoughts right now. I go by my vision board and think intentional positive thoughts. I dance each day to allow myself to feel intentional positive thoughts and energy. I make sure I'm loving each day and celebrating people more to allow intentional positive thoughts. Your heart is number 2. We want to remove unforgiveness. We want to remove any bitterness. We don't want to, it's like drinking poison and expecting it to hurt the other person. They're not even thinking about it. They are not cognizant of what you're experiencing. So thanks for joining, Sierra. So we have to release the unforgiveness and the bitterness, the disdain, the contempt that we're blaming other people for where we are or why we didn't get X, Y, and Z or what's happening to us right now. Those things right there are low level vibrations, and they absolutely block us from getting to our next level of expansion. They are blockers. Number 3 is your physical atmosphere. So there are things you got to clear out of your physical atmosphere to make room. If you don't love it, if you don't want it, why is it still there? If it's not aligned to who you are today, are you holding on to it just because so you have stuff to fill up space? because that's not signaling to everything around you that you're ready for more. It's signaling that I'm full. I'm so full. I got so much stuff. I don't have capacity for it. Guess what? Move out the stuff that you don't love. Move out the stuff you don't want to use. Move out the stuff that doesn't fit. Move out the stuff that's not appealing to you anymore. Move out the stuff that doesn't match who you are today and make room for the new. And the very fourth one, expand your capacity spiritually. Read your Bible more. Be more connected to God. Hang out with people who pull you closer to God, who make you think, oh, I want a deeper relationship with God. Because the best way to get more abundance in your life is being connected to the true source of abundance. That is God. So we talked about this topic. If anything bless you, feel free to drop it in the chat. Thank you, Purely Nourishing. Doula said amen to that. Sierra, absolutely sending hearts back to you as well. So thank you guys for watching. Oh, I am having a Dare to Dream Masterclass this Saturday, and it is free. But listen, that transformation is going to be priceless. I would love for you all to attend. The link is literally in my page, but it's daretodream.taviajax.com. Hey, Dorinda, thanks for joining. But in this next level, you have to have your mindset focused. You have to have a true vision, because without vision, the people perish. And a lot of people are perishing. They are wasting away. Literally, their physical body is wasting away. Their vision for themselves is wasting away because the vision is not present. When you come to this masterclass, I'm going to teach you about your subconscious and how to win in your mind, how to win with your spirit, how to win strategically, and how to win in every area of life. This masterclass will blow your mind and help you connect to your God-given vision, whether you know what it is today or not. When you come, we're going to tap in and you're going to have a monumental and an exciting experience. So I would love for you to register for the Dare to Dream Masterclass and join me on Saturday. It is 12 to 3 Eastern time. We will be on camera. This is an encounter, and I want you to be there with me and invite somebody. Invite somebody. So I appreciate you all for joining. Thank you so much. If you're catching this at the end, I so appreciate you coming on. Please catch this replay and drop some comments in the chat. I'm Tavia Jax. I look forward to connecting with you all more, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.